Right, hello, welcome. So this is the first live stream I've done in a fair while. It's been about 2 months. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to make up for it with, which, to be fair, is mostly just going to be a tour of all the new stuff. And I've just seen that. Oh right, I don't know. My name is Jet. One of those comments already just made me laugh. Where was I? So yeah, there's a lot of new stuff. Plenty of it's massive. We've got both Clone and the Dark Side here today with us as well. Also, before we begin, I want to say that Clone is going to be live streaming later, and if he wants to give any details about that, I'm not going to do it without asking him first, but if he wants to share the details of where that is, he's more than welcome to put it in the chat. Get himself a nice little audience for his video. I believe it's going to be maybe a game or something. I'm not sure what he's going to do. So yeah, there he goes. He's going to promote himself now. So yeah, so let's start. We're going to go to Halo first because there's not as much over on this side as usual, but I'm gonna have a look anyway. So all of this is still the same. Nothing's changed here at all. We brought a few more of the old builds forward to the server, which is good. And this is actually going to be a new mammoth. Any old Halo Minecraft fan will know that I did the 10-part mammoth video. If I was to do another mammoth tutorial, it would be one part. So yeah, no more of those like massive 10-part videos. Not done that in a long time, and yeah, no, I'm not doing big part videos anymore. But yeah, I've started a new mammoth, but sadly the references don't really line up that well, so it's going to be a work in progress for a long while, I think. I'm going to quickly just go over a few of the first comments. All the people who've said hello and variations of that. Hello to you all. I have a question: when you've been building Marvel stuff? I mentioned it a few months ago. When I do Marvel, I'm going to do like a lot of it all in one big batch, I think. So it'll be like Quinjet, the Guardians of the Galaxy, both ships from that. Maybe like another variant of the Quinjet. There's just not that many like super interesting vehicles in the Marvel cinematic universe at the very least. I know there's a lot in the comics. Might do some variation of a helicarrier in potentially like 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. I don't know how big they are. So this is a new Halo Wars elephant. Not many people will recognise it, but yeah, it's something that I've always really liked. Never liked the elephant in game, I'll be honest with you. It honestly is not very good, apart from being a mobile kind of troop deployment centre, and that's about it. So yeah, you can see the two previous models of that as well here. There was one before this one, but that was ages ago. It doesn't really matter. What's the height and width of your resurgent? I think it's in the video, if you want to check that out. So this over here, we are starting work on the city portion of the server now. Clone is doing a lot of this. So he did these roads here that are pretty nice. This building, this Ferris wheel, and this office over here were all pulled straight from my old city. They won't be appearing in this state in the actual server. I mean, they're all going to get remade. These are just here for inspiration, but you can kind of see the designs that we're going for here. Here are some of the designs we did for cars. Obviously, this is a tiny little one. This is pretty close to a 1-to-1 scale car. So then we've got like 1.5 kind of scale as well, which we're probably going to go with a 1.5 to 1 is the scale for the cars. But the buildings, I think we're going to go as close as we can to 1-to-1. Here are the upcoming videos. I genuinely don't know where I've got to with videos. What was the last one I did? I think it was the ARC 170, wasn't it? So we have the ATOT coming next, which is, yes, I don't think I've released this one, have I? I don't believe so. Yeah, not sure. Did I do a material list? I don't think I did a material list for the ARC 170, did I? I'm going to have to do that after this. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything over on this side. Oh, there's a plane here as well. Cool little airplane. This is pretty close to 1-to-1 scale as well. And that is pretty much it for Halo. I mean, I'm going to go over here anyway just to show you some stuff. This is the Stalwart class frigate. Nothing's really changed since last time with this or any of the ones over here. These two are old builds anyway. And that one's still today technically, but whatever. We now have a portal system which helps me to get to areas quicker over on the Star Wars side. I don't have it for Halo yet, but as you can see, this goes to the Republic side. This one would be Separatist, Rebel, Imperial, Resistance, First Order, miscellaneous, and like the Fleet Wars stuff. So obviously we go to MISC. Yeah, just gonna save a bit of time flying between stuff. I don't have a 1-to-1 Y-wing video yet. It is something that's on the list to come soon. I do want to tweak the design that I've made though first. In terms of Kylo Ren's TIE silencer, yes, that is definitely getting an update, especially with the Blackstone materials. I've not done a 2-to-1 Kylo Ren shawl. That would be a massive mega tutorial, I think. Do you think you do more Halo builds? Yes, as soon as 1.17 is implemented on the server, because the slightly waxed copper something, the green one, is quite a good colour for the UNSC, so that will definitely happen. If you build the Guardians of the Galaxy ship, will you do the one from Avengers Infinity War and Endgame? That ship is completely different from the other. I know they've got the one from the first Guardians is probably my favourite of the two. I'm not sure if... I don't remember. But yeah, if I've lost my train of thought now. If I were to do one, I'd probably get the idea in my head to do the other anyway, so yeah, you can expect both, I guess. Can we check on the little one-to-one stab? Yeah, it's over here, man. Wait. Oh no, where is it? I think we've lost it. I think it's gone. Oh, that's sad. Sorry. Would you consider doing a Hoth variant of the Speeder? Which Speeder? Will there be a one-to-one Lambda tutorial? Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure when, but there will be one some point. Yeah, so let's start off with the lineups now. You can see we've expanded this center area quite a lot. Like I said, we've got the portal system here now, and the crystals are going to be remade at some point soon, and this like base platform thing they're on. You can see they now lead into like kind of pool of... It looks better with shaders, I'll be honest with you. I built it with shaders in mind, where you can actually see the glass colour shine through from underneath. So you've got this like gem shape as well here, which is nice. And then there's probably going to be like walls on the outside as well. If you can hear a weird groan in the background, my dog is currently kicking at his own ear, so that's what that is. Don't be alarmed. Yeah, that was, yeah. We've got houses as well, which are nice. There's going to be a lot more variation, and there'll be a lot of houses packed together. There'll probably be like a clock tower or something as well, and then like I said, like walls on the outside as well. So that'll be nice. And we've got this nice little sort of aqueduct kind of thing, or perhaps it's a sewer. I don't know. I don't really think that far into it. And we've got a statue on either side of Tesco the horse. Rest in peace to the poor little guy. I totally wasn't the one who ended his life. So one-to-one Star Wars. Obviously, we've got the V19. Yeah, that's it. And the V-Wing. The V-Wing's very new, but we did the tutorial for that already. The ETA2s are the same as before, and then we've got the Republic Fighter Tank, which is not good, and it's going to get changed. We've got the new Arc 170, which is... Some people say it's not an improvement on the old one, and I can see why. The proportions, I think, for the engines are much too large, but yeah, there wasn't really much I could do about that. But the shape of the actual engines is better, so I think that's the main thing for me with the one-to-one model. Nothing else really new here. Obviously we've got the AT-OT, which again is one of the upcoming tutorials, and that is pretty much it. We're going to do 5-to-1 last, by the way. I know it's over there, but we'll come back to that. 2-to-1 Republic is a bit spicy in it, so we've got all the well, not all of them, but a fair few variants of the ETA2. The like main model has been updated a bit as well, and we now have these custom banner designs like from the Arc 170 tutorial, which correspond to each different astromech. So this is Ahsoka's. I know the colour isn't perfect, but I wanted to differentiate it from Obi-Wan's. So that's Anakin's, obviously. I'm starting to use birch a lot more instead of the sandstone colour for sort of yellow blocks. I think it's a bit closer to yellow. So I'll be answering some questions in a minute, by the way. I'm just trying to get through each section at a time. Yeah, this is Anakin's from Mustafar, and again Ahsoka's. The new 2-to-1 V-Wing, again really nice, quite a bit thinner than the old one, and the shape is just completely different. What else is there? Obviously the new Arc 170, one of my favourite builds of all time, I think. And the 2:1 LAT is probably going to get either an update or a remake, because I think the back slope here is a bit too steep. No, the other one, not steep, too shallow, perhaps? Maybe, yeah, it goes too far that way. I think it needs to kind of go down to about there. So this is the new class shell, spelled NU. We don't have a head for it yet, obviously, and this is the one that appeared most recently in the Bad Batch. However, in the Bad Batch, it has the top fin as well, which this one doesn't. This is the Clone Wars one. Star Wars Battlefront 2 clips. Sorry for the confusion. I meant, would you consider doing a white half variant of the brown Imperial Star Wars speeder? Oh yeah, definitely. Just get around to it at some point. Is a tutorial coming from the cannon on the left side of the Arc 170? If you mean this one, potentially, yeah. I don't really know what it is. I think it's the AV7, is it? I'm not sure. Clone 543 built this, so he might want to do the tutorial on it, who knows. We'll be making updated TIE Fighter variants for 2:1. Yeah, definitely. I've not done the new Imperial one yet, have I? So that one's got Blackstone, and all of them have Blackstone as well. I think I've done the Interceptor and the Defender so far, but the rest need making. So I just space them apart, though. I don't want to do all the ties at once. Can we see more of the Itro shuttle? So this one, yeah, I guess. I don't like this ship at all. I mean, my build's alright, but I don't like the ship very much, so I'm not focusing on making this at the minute. I just don't understand the head on this. It looks like a face. I just don't get it. Would you consider making Covenant ships? Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of trying to work out the Covenant colour scheme the best way I possibly can. Obviously using blue stained terracotta, I think. Oh, blue terracotta, that's it. And then the problem is the secondary block, like the stairs and the slabs. Whether you go for like crimson or if you go for purple. I did try purple before and it just didn't look very good. I really hope they bring out some sort of actual purple stair and slab. That'd be fantastic. What's your opinion on the Bad Batch? Without spoiling anything, I think I would have rather had a lot less episodes, but with more going on in them. And I think the finale was a bit rubbish, but that's my opinion. But in the general sense, I think it was a good show. Will there be a one-to-one TIE Defender tutorial anytime soon? Yeah, just it's not on the list at the minute, but I can always add it if there's enough demand for it. So where were I? So with the Y-Wings, I still need to update this. It's been months. This is the only one that needs changing because the colour scheme on it is a little bit different. The 2:1 ATT, this is the new model. Just really needs the underside and these parts of the legs finishing, and then it will be pretty much done. And then obviously we can change it to be a Imperial ATT after that. This is the T6 shuttle. This thing is pretty massive, as you can see. This is just the, I guess, flight mode. I don't know really the specifics, but then these wings will rotate around. So all this section and all that around there kind of rotates around this point. It's pretty unique ship. 2:1 AT-AT, probably one of my favourite builds of this year. Looks really nice. I do like it. And then my dog's doing the ear thing again and scratching it, so he's making weird groaning noises. So if you can hear that again, I apologise. We can move on from that section now. Ever thought of doing Legends stuff? Yes, there are a few Legends builds being started already, like the Sith Interceptor, whatever it's called, the Fury class, and I've got a few plans for other things as well. Oh, one new thing here, I don't usually add to this lineup, but this is the Rogue class Starfighter, the Magna Guard Starfighter, if you want to call it that. This one's pretty awesome, I do like it. It's I did this in about an hour and it's a really nice little ship. I'm going to go ahead and close my door because... There we go. Right. So yeah, nothing else new on that side really. One of the upcoming tutorials is going to be the Vulture droids, so just keep an eye out for that. On the right hand side we've got a new 2-to-1 Hailfire droid which looks really nice. Oh, and the 1-to-1 is new as well, by the way. There might be a video on this coming sometime soon, but it's going to be different. It's going to be unique. So this one is pretty awesome as well. Again, another one of my favourite builds from this year. I just think it looks really nice. So, and then we have a new Darth Maul's Sith infiltrator, the Scimitar, if you want to call it that. You know, it doesn't matter. Again, I think I've said this before, I'm not sure. It's pretty similar in proportions and size to the last one. But it's just so much better in terms of some of the shaping around, like the nose and the side view especially. This section at the front is a lot thicker now, whereas in the old model it was kind of just like a dinner plate. Just really long and flat. So, and then we've started the 2-to-1 model of the Rogue class Magna Guard Starfighter, whatever you want to call it again. You can see compared to the old model, ignore the fact there's a load of smooth stone, that will get changed. Obviously then when this one was made there wasn't anything other than smooth stone and stone brick, so I can forgive that, but then just the abundance of iron trapdoors and stuff, and this shape around here is really bad, I'm going to be honest with you. So this one is already a massive improvement, so it'll be nice when this is finished. Next section, let's go. Rebels, nothing is new over here I don't think. The U-Wing is going to get a tutorial soon, but I do need to make the attack mode for that, so that has to come soon. Tantive V4 needs a update with the new size, which is annoying and sad, and I don't want to have to do it because this model is phenomenal, but I might as well just give it a shot. If they keep the size at 126 meters, fine, that new model will just get improved and worked on. If they change it back, or if there's proof that it's not 126 meters, which I don't think it is, I think this is the correct size, then we'll go back to this one. But I think this is right. I don't know why they changed it, it's really sad. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. The Solo Falcon is finished as well, so that's good. 2-to-1 Rebel stuff, yeah, nothing new. Same situation with the U-Wing here as well, needs the attack mode. Imperial 1-to-1, I'm not sure what has been added since last time. All this Imperial version of Republic stuff is new, so the V-Wing, the LAAT and the ATT 1-to-1 is all new, and we've got the Theta class shuttle started. Yeah, nothing really new here. The Lambda is kind of new, not that new. I think I showed it in a stream before, but it's still pretty awesome. Very tiny, like you gotta fit 4 people in here. So I have a cape now, by the way, because I migrated my account, so that's what that is. These are all the same. This is getting made soon, by the way. Here we have the Raider, has no progress whatsoever, and the Fury class is here as well. I don't know if I've shown this before or not, but it's there. 2-to-1 Imperial. If we go over here, nothing new, I don't think, except maybe this. I'm not sure if I showed this before. This is the Theta class shuttle again. Obviously the one at the end of episode 3 when, spoiler alert if you've not seen it, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, when Palpatine goes to collect Anakin. I think it was also in the Clone Wars. I'm not sure though. I think it was. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I just don't really like the top fin very much, in comparison to like the Lambda. Oh. Ow, my back's starting to ache. Oof. Right, 2-to-1 Zeta. I always just like calling this out because it's a really awesome build, and it just throws back to 2017 when I had one that I never finished. It's just nice seeing it, you know, complete. Sentinel is like iconic in the live streams now, because I think like my first live stream I was building this, and now this model is pretty much abandoned because I'm going to have to restart with better proportions that I've found online. So yeah, very, very sad. What else? I did bring the Republic LAAT over here to convert, but then obviously I mentioned that I might be changing that old model, so I've just not finished this off. Probably need to delete this now. And that is pretty much it for the Imperials. In terms of resistance, there's nothing much. I'm probably going to do a tutorial on this quite soon, and yeah, that's pretty much everything there. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, I'm going to be making Poe Dameron's X-Wing 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 because I use it a lot in Hero Starfighters, and yeah, it's pretty beast, and the Blackstone I think will work really well. So over here, nothing really new. I have started off the 1-to-1 Kylo Ren shuttle and the 1-to-1 First Order transport, but obviously I got bored of those after 5 minutes. The ATM-6 is close to being like at a stage where I'm on the home run to finishing it. I think it's going to be really awesome when it is done, but yeah, I just keep chipping away at it, but we'll get there eventually. Nothing new on the 2-to-1 side of things, sadly. I mean, a couple of these need remakes, so these 3 here are the main ones I want to focus on remaking. Obviously, 2-to-1 Kylo Ren shuttle with the Blackstone is going to be an absolute monster, so can't wait for that. And that's it for the First Order. Over on Miscellaneous, we've got the that one's done, that's fine, ignore that. I think, have I shown this before? This is the new 1-to-1 Razor Crest. Obviously, it wasn't that long since I did the 1-to-1 Razor Crest. This one is more exterior focused. So you'll see on the inside there's a lot less interior, and like the ladder isn't in the right place. You can't even get into the seat, which is sad. But in terms of the exterior, this is 10 times better. The old 1-to-1 model didn't even have the yellow stripe, which I just don't understand how I even forgot that. But yeah, the sacrifice, I guess, is you don't have a good cockpit on this one, which is a shame. But you know, I'm sure we can get over it, and if you want to have both in your world, go for it, because if you want an interior model, go for the old one. If you want an exterior look like good model, you know what I mean, an exterior good looking model, go for this one, because this is leaps and bounds ahead of the old one. The proportions are absolutely insane. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this very soon. I was going to record it today. Got the build split into parts, ready to do the layers. I just need to actually get around to recording that. Django Slave 1, I think I've shown this before. Still need to convert this one to the flight model, but yeah. A bit more progress on the Sandcrawler 1-to-1. I still think the dimensions of the Sandcrawler in canon might be a little bit too small, because this doesn't feel big enough. Although I have looked at set photos of them stood next to the Sandcrawler treads, and they are about this height. But when I compare the Razor Crest and the Sandcrawler together, either the Razor Crest looks too big or the Sandcrawler looks too small. Because when you look at the pics of them together in the show, it's about half the size of what it looks like there. Nothing new on this side really, except the new Slave 1 2-to-1 model. The only one I've done so far is the Boba Fett model. Can be converted to Django's pretty soon. You can see the red border there means it needs updating, but this is just absolutely insane. This is going to be one of the craziest tutorials ever, and yeah, I can see it blowing up because this is absolutely awesome. A lot of the things that I remake as well, I do the 5:1 models and then I can come back and I know more about the ship and more about the fine details, so it's a lot easier to then translate it to a smaller scale. You can see the engine on the back here is just really awesome. So, yeah. 2-1 Rage Across, we've already done this. I do have something new coming out soon, which is going to be now downloadable wallpapers of essentially the thumbnails but in 4K, and there's no like Minecraft tutorials up at the top or wherever I have it. Yeah, there's no Star Wars logo, there's no how to build, it's just the background, like the space or the ground place wherever it is, and then the ship, and then my logo in the bottom right, and it's like a 4K wallpaper. You can use it as like a desktop wallpaper or whatever. I thought it'd be a nice idea, so let me know if you want to see that. I personally have one in my computer at the minute, but the Razor Crest thumbnail 4K version is pretty awesome, so I'll definitely release that at some point. Resistance Transport, yeah, I mean it's on the list, but it's not anywhere near the bottom of the list, or the top, I guess. Yeah. When Boba Fett Slave 1 coming out there? I'm not sure. I've got quite a few lined up at the minute, ready to do. And then after that, I guess we'll consider it for the next kind of batch of tutorials. So let's go to the fleet stuff, because I remembered I left that behind. Tanta V4 1 to 10. This is based on the new dimensions. So, or is it? It says it's 50. Oh yeah, it's because this is on the front. It doesn't count. So this is, I think, 13 meters long. So obviously 126 meters, 13 blocks. That'd be about 130 meters. It's close enough for me, I'm gonna be honest. Have you made a Mandalorian Starfighter? No, I haven't, but I would like to at some point. But yeah, Tans V4 getting tutorial soon. 1 to 10, plus the Acclimator 1 to 50. Yeah, is this 1 to? Yeah, this is 1 to 50. I got confused. This is 1 to 50. That's 1 to 10. Have you made Bad Batch Shuttle before? No, I'm still waiting for official dimensions for it first. If we don't get them, I'm just gonna have to guess. Does the 1-to-1 Ghost have a landing gear? I think so. I'm not sure. Got me thinking now. Yeah, it's just got little anvils on the ground there. Right, so back to the fleet stuff. Yeah, nothing in the new here. The Venator has a Imperial model now as well, which I prefer to this one. I'm going to be honest with you straight up. This is awesome. If you want to make this yourself, just follow the Venator tutorial that I posted recently, and literally, I think I did red nether bricks turn into smooth stone, and then, or in fact, no, I don't think I even did it that way. Literally just use smooth stone, and then replace every red piece with smooth stone, and then just use the like, I don't know, world edit or something, and just change the materials to be a mixture of stone bricks, andesite, and polished andesite, and smooth stone as well, and then you get this, and it's really awesome. So the 1 to 10 Resurgent framework has gone, so that's no longer planned for the near future. So yeah, it just wasn't going to happen anytime soon, so you might as well just save it for another time. The Acclimator 1-to-1, yeah, still mad that I made this, but it's still not finished. But there is progress, at least with this side detail, which is like the main thing that I needed to do. And then the ramps need finishing off. And then I'm just going to do like a sort of facade of the inside, I think. But we'll see what happens. I might do a full interior, who knows. You never know what's going to happen. And I need to add like a bottom hanger as well, because that was seen in the Clone Wars. Whether or not it was in Attack of the Clones, I'm not sure. Over on the right, or left, I guess, of the acclimator is the Venator 1:1, and yeah, this has changed a fair bit. This is actually 3D now and has a lot going on. So I'm going to give you a good view of this. Yeah, this is pretty mad. The bridges are in progress. Yeah. So the engines have been around for a while, but the rest of it is brand new. You can see the hangars here. This is the outside of the hangar. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute monster of a project. And then the ISD 1:1, obviously not going to happen anytime soon. The framework and stuff is still the exact same. However, I have changed one thing, and that is the globes on top, the sensor arrays. These are now the proper shape. They just need filling in, and then obviously the rest of it joined up to the head of the ISD, I suppose. Okay, so if we fly back to the start. Yeah, let's go. Oh, the Nebulon B is also here, but yeah, nothing's happened with that. So the last thing to show is the 5:1 stuff, and we're here already. Y-wing. There's a bit more progress on this. It's looking a bit better. The head looks really nice so far. So V-wing. A little more progress on this as well. Just need to finish off this bottom bit and then we'll be pretty much done with it. Oh, here is something cool. Clone 543 made his own ATRT, which is very awesome. Looks really great. And then because I don't like people having things that I don't have, I then started my own. So that's going to come at some point. But yeah, that's just what I do. Nothing really new here with these ones. The ARC 170 is again one of my favourite builds and one of my favourite ships in Star Wars. This is awesome. I love it so much. But I am now splitting everything down into seasons, so I'm thinking there's going to be 6 builds per season, and you can tell which season is which by the pads. So the first season is going to be the black ones. The second season is going to be the white ones. You can see I've moved the not V19, sorry, the Z95 Headhunter. That's probably going to be part of a different season, and then I'm going to make some separatist stuff, put that in the right of that, and have that as the other part of the season. And then as for work in progress builds, these ones here on this row aren't being made as tutorials. They will just be released either at subscriber milestones or as Patreon rewards, or both. But we'll see. So this is the 5:1 Razor Crest, and it's going to be mad. Obviously nowhere near finished, but sure. The 5:1 Slave 1, again, just working out all the proportions and stuff on this. I know it's not finished, but doing that made the 2:1 new model a lot easier. And there was things in the sizes that I didn't realise before doing this, and now I do, and it's definitely paid off. 5:1 Lambda is going to be pretty hefty. 5:1 Ghost is actually very close to being finished. It just needs this bit filling in, textures and colours on these parts here, and then that bit filling in, and then just the overall thing just needs texturing and little bits of colour here and there. The back's pretty much done there, which is nice. And I will be doing a Phantom 1, 5:1 at some point, but I'm not sure when. The Falcon is... I'm still working out references and stuff for it, so that's probably going to be one of the last ones that I do. If we fly all the way back over here, again, Z95 is going to be left for a while. The 5:1 ATST, not sure if I've shown this before, but it has a bit more progress than last time I remember, and it has eyes now, which is good. And then up here, we have the 5:1 AT80, which is insane. It's pretty massive, as you can see. So it just needs the side panels doing here, and then a bit of detail on the back, a bit of detail on the front, and the underside here does need doing as well. But as for the head, I mean, the head's pretty much done. it looks pretty mighty. So that's all the 5:1 stuff anyway. And that's pretty much all I have to show you, really. I don't think there's anything left. So, I've still got about 24 minutes to go, so I need to do something. So let's see if there's any other worlds I could go to. I'll tell you what, I'll show you my tutorial world. If you can hear that dog bark, I'm sorry. So yeah, like I said, this is what I do when I do the tutorials. So I will essentially take each layer and split it down like this. And then obviously you see these buttons everywhere. So I've got the birch ones and the... How do you say it? I say Acacia, but then I've been told that it's not pronounced like that. So yeah, I might be wrong. So the birch ones represent stairs. So if it's a stair, a birch button goes on top. And if it's a slab like this one goes on top. And the reason I do that is because I take screenshots like this. And obviously I can only see one angle here. I can only see the above angle. So if there's a stair or a slab, I risk missing it out. Because I put the screenshot of this on one screen and then I'm building on Minecraft in the other, and that's how I do the tutorials. So that's why we do a layer by layer system. That's why I put these buttons here. And yeah, again, so this is the Jabba's sail barge, and then like I can have 3 sort of in progress at once here. We've got the blue pad, the yellow pad, the red pad. Then we've got the platforms for the slightly bigger builds. This wasn't as big as the Venator, that comes over there. This one, I'm not sure what would go on this actually, but anything longer than, let's see how long these pads are actually. So anything longer than 41 blocks goes on this pad. But if it's really wide, it'd have to go on this one over here. And you can see these ones are the massive ones. So this is where I did the Venator, and you can see it split into the layers. Obviously all of these, I've still not removed the Venator from here, and I probably should because I need to put the next mega build on here. But yeah, there's a lot going on. And then any extra bits I just put off to the side like this. Like we did the engines afterwards, so I just put them at the back. So yeah, that was the tutorial world, which kind of shows you sort of my process with how I do the tutorial, I guess. Let's have a look at Trinity. I know nothing's changed on here. It's still just confined to this one area, but it still looks really, really awesome. And it will be good when I get the drive to actually carry on with it. So, Lego building live stream. Can't afford Lego. It's too expensive nowadays. I mean, I'd do it, but yeah, like I said, I can't really afford it at the minute. So that's, yeah, Trinity. There's nothing new in the build section either. It's all still the same. Still need to finish that actually. I don't even know what I was going for with that. Is there any others? I don't think there is. I think I've done everything already. Right, so let me think what we could do for 20 minutes. If not, I will end the stream early because I didn't expect to get through all the builds that quickly. I don't know if there's anything Clone wants to say, or Darksider, who's just left and joined again. If they want to, Clone wants to promote his stream, you can absolutely go ahead and do it. And we'll just give you one last flyover of all these builds. Someone asked the other day if the Gazanti can hold the regular AT-AT. In answer to that, I think, let me try and measure this out actually. So the gap between the 2 feet is 6 blocks apparently. So I guess the feet would kind of have to go, if we take a temporary block here. Let's say this is the feet of the Gazanti, 1, 2, and 3, and then 1, 2, and 3 like that. But then, I guess you could attach it. I'm going to see what Darkseid was working on. Wow, look at that. That's really cool. Oh, there's a McDonald's. So this was built by Clone 543. This is really awesome. Get some burgers. Some chips or fries or whatever you want to call it. I'm just killing time now because I genuinely don't know what else to show you guys. This is a castle from, I think it's Dark Souls 3 that was made by the Darksider. Really, really cool. This is one of the tallest and largest builds on the server. And he chipped away at this project and it looks absolutely awesome. The colour scheme's really nice on it. So yeah, that's that. This is the defoliator tank. So this was based on my AAT design, built by the Darksider, but you can tell there's very little of the AAT left here. This is like completely Darksider's design, and it looks really, really nice. So well done to him for that. There's a little cat house, and a little cat house, and this is just I don't know, something. I don't know why it's here. Oh, you can't go through that way. Strange. Yeah, that's literally all I have to show you, I'm afraid. So, I think, yeah, this was a 45-minute stream. I don't think that was too bad, to be honest. Let's just answer a few of the last questions, I suppose. How long does the ARC 170 take to build the 5-tool model in terms of the tutorial? I wouldn't know, because one's happening, but in terms of the actual build process, it was actually a lot quicker, I think, than most builds. This was probably only about a day for this. And yeah, it is one of my favourite builds, like I said. But I think I'm just biased because the ARC 170 is one of my favourite ships in Star Wars. Will the Jedi Fallen Order, AT-AT, or the AT-ACT ever get tutorials? Yeah, both will. But I've just done the normal AT-AT, so it's going to be a bit of a gap between those vids. Show you guys Yavin, okay. So this was made by Clone 543. I think the only bit I made was this top tower section. And yeah, this is phenomenal. This is a really beautiful build. Yeah, I've got a lot of my models here. Like even these details down here are just fantastic. They look awesome. Look at the difference in texture with the bone blocks and the smooth quartz. Really, really good stuff. Clone, you're a much better builder than you give yourself credit for, both vehicles and structures. Just bear that in mind. So yeah, that's there's a landed B-wing here. That's awesome. I didn't know that was here. Will you ever do a face reveal? I've revealed my face before. I think it's in, like, I think I've got a playlist of just like miscellaneous videos or daily life updates, and I think my face is in there at some point. I think my 10k subscriber special has my face in the start. Well, that was a while ago now. I look quite different. How long does it take for you to texture the build? Not very long, to be honest, because a lot of the time I just use the one tool, and the majority of the time I do a build like all out of 1 or 2 blocks, and then I will just change automatically that one block to be a mixture of like 4 different blocks. Sometimes I do details manually. I think I did it manually here on the GR75. And on the Ghost as well, I think I did most of it manually as well. But then on some of the massive ones, yeah, it's pretty much automatic, I would say. Like here, I think I did the wings of the Zeta. I literally made them all out of cyan, and then just grabbed it with the one tool and said replace, you know, like 70% of the cyan with grey wool and grey concrete powder, and it's as easy as that. Do you like building Halo or Star Wars builds more? I like... I think Star Wars is easy because they have a lot more references. There's a lot of orthographics, which is really useful, whereas Halo doesn't tend to have that, which is a shame. Like with the mammoth I showed off earlier, we've got side views of it, but they're all like concept art, and some of them don't match what we actually see in the game, so it's a lot trickier. Even stuff like the Warthog, it's really hard to find not just a side view for, but then like a top view or a front view as well would be so helpful. But they never really seem to do orthos with Halo. In fact, I do want to give a shout out to someone who I know like thought that he's going to be on the stream, and no contact with this guy whatsoever, but he makes orthographics for the Star Wars stuff. I think the last one was quite a few years ago. But his name's Unusual Suspects on DeviantArt, I think it is. That's Unusual Suspects with an X at the end instead of a CTS. He does some really, really good orthos, and like the majority of the stuff you see is made from those orthographics. So I just want to give a shout out to that guy. And there's Clone just flying about. We're going to go back to the main world and end this off. I'm going to answer the last questions. When will 121A be released soon? Probably not soon, but it is on the list to be made like in the near future, the very near future. Could we ever get a 1-to-1 Covenant dropship? Good question. That is a good question. I will say yes. OMG, you have a mustache, love it. Yeah, sometimes. Thanks. How do you build a big ship in 1-to-1 like the GR75? Wait, is it GR75 or GR70? I forgot. I use orthographics and references from the films. Catching up with the last questions, and then we're going to end up there. So there's a lot of people saying sus and amogus. I'm building on my microphone, that's cool. Can you do a tutorial on U-Wing? As soon as I make a attack mode for it, then yeah. Could you maybe make the Zephyr 1 from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? A very handsome question. That is a good question. I would love to make the Zephyr 1 from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, I love the show. I just butchered the name of the show because I can't talk, but I love the show. I love the Zephyr 1, but I need references for it in terms of side view, top view, other side view, bottom view, because it's a very curvy and what on earth? And yeah, very curvy, large and complex ship, and I do need references for it. And I think, how old am I? I'm in my 20s. I think that's going to end it, because I've just got to the last question. No more questions. Thank you. So I will see you again soon. I do want to live stream more. I'm sorry it's been so long, like I said. I honestly just have been so preoccupied with building and recording that I've just, by the end of the day, thought I really can't be bothered to stream now. And honestly, there wouldn't have been much to do anyway. What on earth? This is a good place to end it, I think, because whatever's going on here is bound to send me into a downward spiral. Yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next video, and we'll be back with a live stream very, very soon, I hope, probably within the next 2 weeks. So hope you're all doing well, staying safe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.